Hey everyone. What's up? It's your girl Lacey. I hear people say that when they're introducing themselves sometimes, and I don't know what to think about it, but I kind of like it. It's kind of cute. Whatever. Oh my God, I'm gonna open that every time now, you guys. Just kidding. Actually, today, what I really wanted to talk about is my book. You have a book out? Yes, I do. And I want to show you how to order it. But also, I'm going to show you some pages, give you some behind the scenes of this book. And I also want to talk about like how you can use this book as well, because I think it could be, I know actually that it's very helpful. I have evidenced this myself, people using my book. So I have personal experience even to share. And it is sexy tidbits. So definitely stay tuned. The first thing that I wanted to do though was really quick, a screen. And then here's what you do. You go to up here and you're gonna go Team Aquarius. Resume browsing. It's like I looked this shit up or something. Team Aquarius. Yes, you. Um, anyway, like all of a sudden it wanted to bring up all my things. All right. So when you go to our website, this is what you're going to see. And oh my God, it's my book. Shut up. And it's not just my book. Mary put all of this together. I have so many wonderful thoughts about that. So to buy me now. What? And then it's going to tell you about it, right? This is the cover. These are a couple of the pages, right? Oh, they only give you the first two. So they're only giving you the table of contents, and it's not great, but whatever. It's only 25 bucks a steal. I think it comes out to 33 total, like usually shipping, handling, all that stuff. But oh my God, get it. And then it gives details, right? Right, beautiful pages. It's totally real. Okay. So when you order it and it comes in the mail for you, it comes like this. Not with these really cool stickers. We have Team Aquarius stickers that Mary designed and made. They're glitter. We did get them glittery, and that's for this podcast, right? The Astromantics podcast. So all my Astromantics people, buy your book. And you pull it out. Oh my God, that's the back. And this is the front. Who is that lovely lady on the, that's yours truly. What? If you want to see some hot pictures of your girl, then this is definitely the book that you're going to want to look at. Okay. So I wrote this book. It's called Moon Touch. And it's really, for lack of a better title, I was just like, I need a book. So I learned in astrology that in ancient times they considered your moon sign as your body and your inner world, right? So when you're talking about sex and intimacy, you're talking about the most inner part. It's the bedroom sort of your big three, right? It's the one that people see when you're at your most primal, like when you're angry and you're not thinking, right? That the moon sign will come out. It goes sort of primal, sort of, base self, because it's just pure emotion, right? It's just pure whatever that is. And so your body then would be connected by that. And then the different signs, right? Aries starts with Aries. Aries rules the head, and then it goes down, right? Aries, next sign down is Taurus, right? That's the neck and the ears. Taurasian people, it also rules the mouth and the esophagus. And I have totally noticed that people who have a Taurus in the DC, so like face to face interactions with others, they tend to really enjoy oral sex, especially, um, giving oral pleasure to their partner. So I think that that's really interesting. It also makes them a Scorpio rising, which is a very sexy sign as well. It's interesting. So Scorpio, I've noticed, is on two ends of the spectrum. They're usually like, oh my God, yes, I have a lot of experience with sexy things, or they're like, oh my God, no, I fear it. I don't know how to go about this, right? And so it's really interesting seeing those two extremes with Scorpio, because Scorpio has intense feelings. Scorpio is an intense sign. So it's really fun to sort of see that, know that, and talk to people about that. Um, I so this book, Moon Touch, you get it. Oh my God, this glorious creature is on the front of that. Allah. And then on the inside, we have who it's dedicated to. Also, our copyright. No, you may not copy. I mean, I love it. Sorry, it's so dark. It goes dark all of a sudden. But yes, it has the table of contents. Um, and then the other thing that we have is we give a talk about why the moon. And so everything that I just told you about, right, is ancient times. It was the inner world, it was the body. So the theory is then that if somebody has an Aries moon, if you touch that part of the body, right, if you touch the part of the body that corresponds with the moon sign, then that person seems to derive more pleasure out of that zone. It becomes like an extra erogenous zone. So, how to find your moon sign, we talk about how to do that, right? And I can do that right now too. Like if you go to astro.com, right, in your Google's astro.com, you can make um, a free chart pull up. Even if you don't know your time of birth, they'll still give you like roughly what your moon sign can be. If you don't know your time of birth and your moon could be either the sign that's closest to it or the sign that it says. So let's say you pull it up, you don't know your birth time, and it says the moon is like 0 degrees Leo, right? That's the early degree of Leo. Then that means that you could have a Cancer moon or a Leo moon. And my suggestion would be to try both. And we give tips, right? Because anytime you're engaging with someone's inner world, their body, you want to ask permission, right? You want to have open dialogue. And so we give tips on how to interact with this, right? How to ask for, consent, right? How to feel comfortable, right? If you're the moon person being served, what to look for, what to ask for, how to interact with your own body, according to this astrological genius book, right? And then it also gives the moon. So you have the moon sign person. If you're the one being served, we give tips on how to communicate prior to having your sexploration. And we also have if you are the person serving the moon sign. So let's say I'm the partner and I want to serve my Capricorn moon person, then I would read the Capricorn moon. I would pull that up. And then what I would do is I would read this. So if I were the Capricorn, if I was the person serving the Capricorn moon, I would make sure that they knew that they could tell me to stop at any time. You should never feel pressure to keep going during sex. You, something that I have found is most people think that when they start, they have to keep going, that it has to go until one of you finishes, right? And so what happens is then it becomes sort of a chore for one or both people. And so that's the thing that you don't want associated with your intimacy, right? You don't want that pressure and you don't want to feel like I can't say no, or I can't say slow down, or I can't say, oh my gosh, my VJ is a little bit beat. Can we try something else? Can we go softer? You know what I mean? So this book tells you, okay, so I'm going to be serving a Capricorn moon. And this little preview of a Capricorn moon. This is me holding my astromatics. Little flyers that we hand out at Broadcast, a Sanctuary. Sanctuary is a local club here in Portland. And so it's the one that I go to the most. And then we have like suggestions, which you probably can't read here, but whatever. Get the book to read it. So we have like things that a Capricorn might say, right? Or think about and not know to say. And then these are like suggestions, right? And so then right here, we have what it rules here, right? Capricorn, moon in Capricorn. It looks backwards to me. Hopefully it won't look backwards to you, but whatever. So Capricorn moon, the skeletal system, so bones, teeth, which is a part of your bones, joints, oddly enough, like elbows and knees, and skin. Those are the parts that in ancient times Capricorn ascendants ruled and Capricorn moons, right? So it has to do with the body, the physical body, the soul, the inner world, parts to touch. So it says I take sex seriously. This is true of Capricorn moons. Um, so it's a Saturn ruled sign, which also means that I have reservations. I have boundaries. I'm not the kind of moon that walks around with her dick hanging out. You know what I mean? I want a mature partner. This could mean internally mature or externally mature. This could be a person who maybe might even be down with older people, right? A little bit of age play. I need a partner who can take instruction. So, cardinal signs are initiatory signs. So, if you are serving this person, right, and they have an idea, then you need to make space for that idea or for them to ground out, right? Capricorn is an earth sign, so it likes to make contracts. It likes to, what are we going to do? It kind of likes to know before it jumps in. But Capricorn is quick moving earth. So, um, they definitely like fast movement paces. The other thing about Capricorn moons um, that I have noticed and that I would love to add even more into here into this book, what I'd love to add in is they like to climb mountains, right? They like to excel, right? They like to achieve, right? And so I've noticed that with Capricorn moons, if you are treating it like you are also coaching them through a hard ride, right? Like to keep going, right? Like Capricorn moons, they like to challenge themselves to keep going. So that's a little tidbit that I've noticed. This is the early release. So if you're ordering this, it's the early release. It still has good stuff though. So the suggestions, little suggestions box here, we have BDSM, right? They need to feel their bones. Now, Capricorn moons have a harder time feeling their skin or feeling embodied, right? Other signs, they're like, what do you mean you don't, feel this? They will ignore their bodies and keep pushing, right? Because that's a part of the Capricorn way. You keep pushing until you achieve your goal. And so skeletal system. So what I've noticed about Capricorn moons is that there's another sort of there's those who are familiar with BDSM and who like it, and then there are those who are not, and they need to like either grow into it or find out that they don't like this. So they need to feel their skeletal system or their teeth, right? So even if you just have a towel and you shake their skin around them, right? You shake their body around them. First of all, if you've known them for a while, they're going to be slow to be down with this. So know that you have a slower moving moon. So be down with that. But if you can get them to feel their skeletal system, if you're not smacking them, right, which may not be pleasurable for every Capricorn moon, you're also talking about, in a way, getting them to feel their skeletal system. So making them feel comfortable enough and sexy enough to jiggle them so that they feel their bones, if you will, right? Um, holding their hips in your hands and moving them, right? Moving your hands up and down their body so that they feel their bones, their skeletal system, right? The other thing that you can do is joints. So one of the things was joints, right? And so if you can like kiss their joints or play with their joints or the skin around their joints, the other thing is like feather play, right? If you can feather them and they just feel it on their skin, that is very hot to a Cap moon as well. So the suggestions we have: BDSM, right? Dominatrix, right? So Capricorns have the potential to be awesome dominatrixes. In fact, my favorite people, I've interviewed on here Erica, who is the sexological body worker, and she is a dominatrix as well, a pleasure dom. So I have ride the knee, right? Because so if you imagine straddling and the knee, right? So if your partner has their knee up like this and and it's slightly bent, and then you are, this is definitely an 18 plus. I gotta put that on this. So straddling the knees, rocking back and forth. You could have underwear on and rock back and forth, right? Just sort of enjoying the pressure on your bits, if you will. And then they will get the opportunity to watch your face and see that they are giving you pleasure. They are achieving the goal of pleasure. So, really good thing to remember with Capricorn joints, right? Make joints sexy. Make joints sexy. Make the skeletal system sexy. Teeth, that is a good one, right? That's an obvious one, right? Teeth. So if they, allowing your Capricorn moon to bare their teeth, or maybe to bite you gently with whatever pressure you want, we give tips on how to ask for that, right? Biting, or showing your teeth in some way, or playing with the teeth in some way, right? Or allowing them to use their teeth on you. How can you interact and play with teeth? Make it playful, right? You always want to be playful because that makes a person feel comfortable and it makes a person feel like they can say no. So please remember to be playful. Deep penetration. Now that's a very, very Capricorn thing, because they are achieving, they are riding up a hill, right? And they want to fill their skeletal system. So if they are doing deep penetration on you, it allows them to interact with their skeletal system, right? Now, if you are not a person who enjoys deep penetration, please use a toy. You can use a toy on them for deep penetration. You can I don't know. I know my Capricorn moon person loves deep penetration, right? Like you're climbing a mountain. And so it's interesting for me because I will interact with that Capricorn part of myself, because in astrology, it's a part of a wheel. And so you can kind of learn how to channel that part of you to be like, ooh, I'm engaging in this new, fresh way. But yeah, deep penetration it's a Scorpio moon thing, right? Now that's another moon that has a hard time feeling embodied sometimes. And so another deepness, there's a depth there. So I've noticed that association with both those moon signs. Again, with Capricorn, there's going to be more, or sorry, with Scorpio, there might be more of an extreme. I need to build up to that, deep penetration, allowing it, giving it. And there is no time frame, right? There is no, you have to do this now, right? Again, we're coming up against that. We've got to be, done now in sex, right? Take breaks. Oh my gosh, your Capricorn moon. Take food breaks, right? Trail mix, like you're going on a trail, like you're going up a hill, like you're hiking. Take water, right? Like, kind of mimic that. We're gonna climb a mountain together with your Capricorn moon. That is super fun. And then interact with the body parts. Um, so where I have seen this, and granted it's between me and my husband, right? He was the first to order my book, which I love. And so he got my book and he secretly read it and didn't tell me when he was reading it. But I noticed his game upped levels. So these are things that he hears me talk about all the time, but somehow seeing it in a book made it real for him, or made it more tangible for him. And so he reads my book on his own. And he reads the moon in Aquarius, in Aries, right? Which is what I have. And I'm a double rise. I'm an Aries moon and rising, right? Sorry, I don't want to like block my light, but at the same time, it's like whatever, right? I don't want to block my. Sorry, it's like a double page, whatever. So this is what it looks like here. And what we've got going on is the suggestions, and we have my head here. We have my very sexy pose here. So it rules up here. We'll see that it rules the head, ears. It's another teeth one, and tongue. I wonder if cardinal signs have a teeth thing. In ancient astrology, there was a lot of like crossover as well. But it's the face, right? It's the head and the face, right? It's the scalp. So when you're interacting with an Aries, you're interacting with this part of the. So scalp massages are like hell else, right? On an Aries. And so my little bubble here says, the best you've ever had, I will conquer you, chase me, right? Some Aries love to be chased and some love to do the chasing. I have it a part of my ego, so I rather love to do the chasing. And then I'm super selective. Actually, I just kind of tend to go after one person and then just chase them really hard. Whatever. But yeah, suggestion scalp massage, right? biting, which I definitely know that I like. So that's why I'm putting that in there too. Use a vibrator. This is very important. If you're with an Aries moon and you just put a vibrator on their clit, they're going to orgasm. Face sitting, right? So sitting on somebody's face, hair pulling, hair brushing, start gentle, then ramp up. This is kind of for anything, but still do that. Yeah, ear whispering. Oh, yes. Face kissing, right? So soft kisses. Um, rub head over lover's body, right? So you're interacting with the head, you're using it on your lover's body and then allowing it to be used on yours. It's hot to have somebody else's head rubbed on your body. You're like, oh, what? I swear it really is amazing. Um, so where my husband's game, he read that and then he of course asks me, you know, to sit on his face. And I'm like, oh, okay, kind of a thing. And then he was like, yeah, just say yes to something I now know we both want. And I'm like, oh, that was hot, right? So it was awesome. So then also to interact with while I was on his face, to interact, my head was sort of against the wall, right? Because we were in our room. And I thought, oh, yes, right? He's read this book. And I thought, how can I interact with my head while he is interacting with me? And so interacting, like rubbing my head on the wall while his head was there, it was like really incredible and it was awesome, right? That's the awesome thing to know about yourself and to have your spouse be like, oh my God, I read your book and I understand things now, and to make those connections. So he's doing that. And then on his birthday this year, he entered into a Scorpio house perfection year, which ups his sexy game. That's not what he read, that's something that I know. And so on that night, he actually, because now he gave himself permission to be that cap moon, to want to go for a while, right? To give that permission to want to go for a while, right? Give that permission for that deep penetration because he knows that that is a part of his thing now too. And that's really awesome to interact. So now he had this self knowledge of giving himself permission to do something that he always wants to do, but like thinks that other people won't want to do it. So, or me not want to do it, or other partners not want to do it. So it was really fun to see that sort of click into space for him. And on that night, you guys knowing about the vibrator, knowing about all that stuff, I had 4 clear orgasms, right? I think it was 5, but it was 4. And that was kind of a wonderful, beautiful thing to like engage with and to see that game be upped as a result of reading my book. So, yes, that's like a humble brag, whatever. And this is the first edition of this book. So, oh my gosh, please tell me if you have whatever moon you have and your favorite sexy things. Tell me. I would love to add pages to this book. That would be awesome. But yeah, so this is a good jumping off point, my little book here. Mary did all of the designs. Mary designed all of this. I gave her access to all of my sexy pictures that either she's taken or I've had professionally done. There's no like not professionally taken pictures in here. Um, but yes, they're and they're all pictures of me so that we don't have to like worry about getting, you know, permissions and all that stuff from others, but your girl, she may be super hot. So Mary designed all of this. She put these in labels, right? She put these, I wrote things down and then she designed it on this page. She did this background, right? She did the copyright thing, right? Um she did all of this, right? She put our little biz baby birth chart here, right? She put these, this design in. She did amazing. Like what she did with what I wrote on a fucking blank page is incredible. You know what I mean? It's so good. And then she added stuff too, the fire signs. She added fire signs and air signs, the overall sort of themes of each sign. So what if you're like, I don't know, I know I have a fire moon. There's still a place to sort of know what to do or how to go about it or the themes that are with the person. Anyway, Yeah, I love it. So buy this book. Buy this book. It is helpful. And then you can give me, tips on how to make it even better. I love that. That co-collaboration. Plus, it's fun to get something in the mail that's like, yes, I'm gonna have better sexy sex. Um, so thank you for listening to me talk about my book. Um, go order it. Please try it out. Please give us feedback, at lacymary@gmail.com. And please give me ways in which it helped you. I want to know more of that. It just came out. We just released the book. So it's not been in a whole lot of hands yet, but it comes through basically another site, so I can't like sign it and send it to you. I wish I could. That's in the future. We'll come up with a way to do that. But it's a great way to support us and to support yourself, your own sexual journey, and your own, sort of tapping into the that your chart, right? Making it more personal. And what's more personal than being intimate? All right. So that is me. That's right now, today. I'm very excited about this. Um, thank you for listening. I hope you have an amazing day. All right. Bye.